Tonight, we're diving into a single wild night in an enchanted forest. And trust me, what happens here is the perfect storm of fairy mischief and human mix-ups, all thanks to a little bit of Shakespearean magic.
So, what does happen when a magical prank goes, well, horribly wrong? We're about to find out, because this story's got it all. Feuding fairies, a seriously powerful love potion, and a classic case of mistaken identity that just spirals completely out of control.
Okay, so our story kicks off deep inside this enchanted forest, and here we meet Titania, the queen of the fairies, and she's just getting ready to call it a night. So after a little dance and a song, she turns to her fairy attendants and gives them a to-do list. And let's just say their chores are a bit unusual. It really sets the stage for how strange this world is.
Yeah, take a look at this. We're talking about killing worms and rosebuds, fighting bats for their wings to make coats for elves, and keeping the owls quiet. These aren't your average chores, right? This immediately tells you we're in a magical and, frankly, a pretty bizarre world.
So as they're singing this lullaby, they're basically trying to cast a protective spell, you know? Keep away any dangerous creatures, any evil magic, just create this safe little bubble for their queen. But it's not going to be enough.
Because just as she's drifting off to sleep, who shows up? Her estranged husband, Oberon, the fairy king. He sneaks in and squeezes this magical flower nectar onto her eyelids. And his curse is simple. The very first thing she sees when she wakes up, it doesn't matter how ugly or ridiculous it is, she will fall madly in love with it. Oh yeah, he is out for revenge, and he just set a very powerful trap. All right, let's switch gears. At the very same time, two young human lovers, Hermia and Lysander, have no idea about all this fairy drama. They're just wandering into these exact same woods on the run because they're trying to escape an arranged marriage. They're exhausted and lost, so Lysander suggests they just crash for the night. Hermia's like, okay, fine, but she immediately lays down the law they have to sleep apart. You know, gotta honor the customs for an unmarried couple. And this little disagreement is key right here. Lysander's argument is, hey, our hearts are already one, so one bed makes sense. But Hermia, she's not having it. She's sticking to the rules of modesty and insists on keeping a proper distance. So, Lysander backs down. He agrees to sleep apart, but first he makes this huge declaration of his undying love and loyalty to Hermia. Now, you're gonna want to remember that line. It is about to become so ironic. And with that, they both fall asleep. Okay, so the stage is perfectly set for a huge mistake. Because now, Oberon's mischievous little helper, the sprite Robin Goodfellow, zips onto the scene. And he's on a mission.
See, Oberon sent him to find a specific guy from Athens, Demetrius, to put the love potion on him as punishment for being cruel to a woman named Helena. But it's dark, Robin's in a hurry, and he stumbles upon the wrong sleeping couple. He finds Lysander and Hermia and makes a massive, critical assumption.
You could almost see the gears turning in his head, but his logic is just way off. Step 1, he sees the Athenian clothes. Check, he thinks. Step 2, he sees the woman sleeping way over there, far away from the man. So step 3, he concludes, aha, this has to be the cruel guy who rejected her. And so, step 4, he puts the potion on Lysander's eyes, totally confident he's got the right man.
He has literally no idea that he just pointed this super powerful love spell at completely the wrong person. And the chaos doesn't wait. It begins pretty much immediately as two more people come crashing through the same part of the woods, setting the trap to spring.
And who is it? Well, it's Demetrius and Helena, the actual couple Robin was looking for. She's chasing after him, begging him to just stop, but he's being so cruel, telling her to get lost before he runs off, leaving her totally heartbroken and alone in the dark. Poor Helena is just in despair.
And right at that moment, she spots Lysander sleeping on the ground, and she thinks, oh my gosh, is he dead or asleep? Worried he might be hurt, she goes over to wake him up, completely unaware she's about to trigger the magic.
Okay, remember this vow? That was, 5 minutes ago? That was his solemn promise to Hermia, the woman he loved. Yeah, well, the potion has other plans.
The second his eyes open and land on Helena, boom, the magic kicks in instantly. That whole vow to Hermia? Gone. Vanished. It's replaced by this sudden, passionate, all-consuming love for Helena.
But Helena? She's not buying it. Not for a second. I mean, can you blame her? She was just brutally rejected by Demetrius. She thinks Lysander is just being unbelievably cruel, piling on and mocking her for it.
So, convinced this is all just a terrible joke at her expense, Helena runs off. And Lysander, who is now totally under the spell, runs right after her, leaving his actual love, Hermia, sleeping all alone. This is what kicks off the whole chain reaction of confusion and heartbreak.
What's wild is that the potion doesn't just create a new love. It seems to turn the old love into pure disgust. So now Hermia is left all alone and her loyal lover has become her biggest hater and she doesn't even know it yet. So let's recap this tangled web, shall we? Lysander is now magically head over heels for Helena. Helena is 100% convinced she's being cruelly mocked. Hermia is about to wake up from a terrifying nightmare, only to find herself totally abandoned. And Demetrius? He's still wandering around somewhere, completely clueless. In just a few minutes, this potion has turned love into hate and a peaceful night into an absolute nightmare.
This one little magical mix-up has set off a chain reaction of pure emotional chaos. Love has turned into hate, reason has flown out the window, and it leaves us with the biggest question of all. With everything this tangled up, how on earth can these four lovers possibly find their way back to the truth?